So today is the final installment of the academic angst theme that we've been going over, and I wanted to take a look at 1977 Suspiria, which I believe is the definitive evil school film, if ever there really was one. I think, as far as I know, this actually is the first one, and I think it's a great stopping point. It's a very awesome film, very well produced. The lighting is just awesome. The very bright, vibrant colors, they really draw you into the film, and it really makes it apparent that this is a dark fairy tale. Dario Argento has said that he did draw some inspiration from Snow White, and that he really liked the Walt Disney version, the very bright colors, so that's what he was trying to duplicate with some of the lighting that was used in this film. Suspiria was based in part off of Suspiria de Profundis, which was written by Thomas de Quincey, or Thomas de Quincey, I'm not really sure on the pronunciation of his name, but it is also based off of a story that Daria Nicolde had shared with Dario, which involves her grandmother when she was a younger girl. She was a pianist, went to an exclusive school, very much like the one featured in Suspiria, but she also discovered that it was more of an occult school, and she fled in fear. So very similar-esque, and I love how the film really embraces the cinema fantastique. It really uses all of the elements very well. So we do have Jessica Harper playing Susie Bannon, and I think the fact that the actress has very large eyes to begin with actually helps the role, because Dario wanted the film to, in some degree, embody the childlike behavior from fairy tales. Even in the set design, the handles on the doors are set higher up than they normally would be, which actually requires the actors to reach slightly higher than they normally would just to be able to open a door. Or the scene where the girls are getting ready for their ballet practice, and the whole debate between the girl hissing and the girl sticking her tongue out. That's very childlike behavior, but Jessica Harper's eyes are very large, and they carry that childlike wonderment about them, but you can also look into it further and say that her eyes have actually been opened to what's actually going on around her, that there's obviously more to this school than meets the eyes, and she's become fully aware of it throughout the course of the film. She does gradually become aware of what is going on and begins investigating, and eventually does come upon the myth of the three mothers, and realizes who actually is running the school. At one point, when the maggots or the insects were falling from the ceiling and the girls are held up in the auditorium, we do discover more about the school as well, but I think the majority of the information actually comes from Udo Kier's character, who pretty much just gives more of a historical background. He really brings everything into perspective as far as the history and background of the school. It's a very small role, but he has the most dialogue, and it actually has the most impact in the film. So even though the role is small, it's actually, in my opinion, the biggest role in the film. At one point we do discover that the teachers are not actually leaving the school after supper as had been believed, but they are actually heading in the opposite direction and going deeper into the school. So Susie decides to go investigate this, and she finds an underground quarters or rooms where the teachers are actually holding their rituals. And this is pretty much where our ending sequence comes into place, is that the mother has been hiding, or has been in hiding, in one of the empty rooms, and I guess at this point the teachers are just sort of tired of Susie trying to get rid of her. She does manage to make her way out of there safely. There is some damage done to a few of the witches along the way. So today was more of a brief overview than I normally do with my videos. I know I'm usually a lot more in depth, but I'm actually planning to do a full franchise review for the Three Mothers, so I did want to include it in this series because I thought it fit extremely well, but I will be going in depth and doing a more proper full review for this at a later period. But that is pretty much all I have for you guys, and I will talk to you later.